Hello guys, and happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are all keeping safe and I hope you're doing well. Today's video, very excited because I'm going to be showing you my beginner's portfolio. Now I've actually only been investing for a couple of months, I would say. So over the past kind of 18 to 24 months, I've really just been paying off my high interest debt, so my car loan and my overdraft, and I was also saving up for my emergency fund, and also I was saving up for a wedding as well. So since I've got all of that out of the way, I've really just been focusing on investing, and I've really just been enjoying the journey, to be honest. So of course I was really looking forward to actually documenting my journey and just going through my thought process and what I've been investing in over the past couple of months. So if you have been thinking about investing recently but you're just not sure how to get started, or you've been thinking about using Trading 212 as a platform, then hopefully my video can give you some inspiration. But remember, I am not a financial advisor, so make sure you are doing your own research. This video will be for entertainment purposes only. So if you are new to my channel, hello, hi, my name is Veronia and I talk about all things to do with money, your career, and having a positive mindset for success. So if you do like the sound of that, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, and also you can hit the bell notification below so you don't miss out on any other new videos. So I've actually decided I'm gonna stand up because I just haven't done any forms of exercise at all, and obviously the gyms are closed, so I need to try and do some form of exercise. So if I stand up, maybe that's a bit better, who knows. Anyway, we're gonna go into my Trading 212 app. So I'm going to quickly record my screen and we're just gonna go through everything, to be honest. And if you're a total beginner or you don't really know what I'm talking about, I did do a video last week just walking through the stock market basics. So of course I'll be sure to put a link up here, and I'll put the link in the description below as well. So if you are new to using Trading 212 or you've been thinking about it, this is what the app looks like. So when I open up, it actually gives me a watch list on the first tab. So this is just basically the companies that are currently on my watch list. So you can see I've got like McDonald's, Coca-Cola. Those are the ones that I've actually added, but there were a few before. So you can see there's Tesla, Apple, Amazon, basically all the big dogs in the US. But I'm sure you're probably not even interested in that part. So let's go on to my own portfolio. I'm just going to press what looks like a pie chart. That is what's going to show my portfolio. So you can see that at the moment it's worth £528.50, and then what I've personally invested, so the money that I've actually put in, is about £512.20. So that basically means my investments are up by about 3.19%, and that equates to about £16.34. So very happy with that. I'm gonna tell you what happened before, because it was not like this a week before. I was seeing complete red. So we're going to talk about that a bit later, but I do want to share with you the top bit. So you guys will know that I am investing in an ISA at the moment. Again, the 3 different tabs here: CFD, we don't do that. Invest, that's if you wanted to just do a general investment account, or you can do the ISA, and I chose the ISA because you can invest up to £20,000 per tax year. So that's why I have done that, because if you've got the allowance, you may as well use it. So you can actually see that my portfolio is around £528, but that free funds is basically funds that haven't been invested. So currently I've got about £174 that I haven't currently invested. And the reason why I do actually have free funds is because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do next. So I don't know whether I want to just keep investing in the current ETFs that I have, or whether I actually want to get a new ETF as well. So I'm just doing a little bit of research with that, and then as soon as I figured out what I want to do, I'm just gonna invest. So now that we've got that out of the way, I do want to show you this graph quickly. So this is really why I like the Trading 212 app, because it can show you how your kind of investments have been doing over the past day, over the past week, the past month, 3 months, 1 year. Obviously I haven't been investing for a year, but it's really interesting to see. So you can see it does go up and down, it really does fluctuate, but I do find it quite useful just to see how it's going. It's not always going to be a straight line, like there's just no way. The stock market can be so emotional these days. Anyway, let's move on. So these are the investments that I currently have. You can see that they are mostly in green. Now this time last week, everything was in red. It was all minus. I think I was on probably about minus £15, I think. And to be honest, there were probably a few factors. I mean, it was coming up to the election week, and also you had a lot of European countries going into lockdown as well, so maybe that scared investors, I don't know. But yeah, basically everything was in red. And to be honest, I actually wasn't bothered. I actually used that as an opportunity to buy a couple of more shares, so I'm gonna go on to that in a bit. So we are gonna move on to the first investment, and the first one is is iShares. So that's the S&P 500 Information Technology ETF. So basically S&P 500 is just the top 500 companies that are listed on the exchange in the US. So just like we have the FTSE 100, there's also the S&P 500. And if I click on it, again, you can see the graph. So you can see how it's been doing over the past day. Obviously the markets are closed at the moment. I'm filming on a Saturday, that's why. And also if you go on instrument details, it can tell you about the name. So it's IITU, that's kind of what it stands for. And that name is actually what I'll use to search just to get a bit more information. So I did buy 2 units of that, and you can actually see that it is up by 6.5%. So about £1.42. I am actually really happy with that. It was red before. I think it was maybe minus 2%, but basically it's now back in the green. So happy days. The next one is Shell. So when I first got Trading 212, I used someone's link and I was able to get a free share. This is the share that I got. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you. If I was going to invest in an individual company, Shell would not have been one of my priorities, okay? But you know when you get something free and then you're just so excited. So when I got the share, I was like, oh my gosh, like free share, like celebrations, you know? And then obviously saw it was Shell. Now, I have no problems with Shell. It's just not something I would have picked, to be honest. For me, the oil industry, I'm just not sure what's going to be happening in the future. So this would not have been my preference. But anyway, when it came in, it was actually in the green. And then I just thought, you know what? It's a free share. It's in the green. So, you know, it'll be fine. Let me just leave it. And then that probably lasted for about a week. And then it started going red. And then it was like minus 2%. Then it was like minus 5. And now all of a sudden it's like minus 10. I think one time it was about minus 12 or 13%. So I've decided I'm just going to leave it there. But I think in future, if I do ever get free shares, what I'll do is I'll actually see if that's a company that I would genuinely invest in. If it's not, then I would just sell it and then actually purchase something that I would want to invest in. Although guys, it did give me a dividend of 12p. So essentially I got a free share and I got free money as well. So I can't complain at all. But if you are going to use Trading 212, then of course you can use my link in the description below and we will both get a free share. And if you do use my link, then definitely let me know what free shares you get, because I think it will be really interesting to see. But yeah, let's just move on. So the next one, I decided to invest in another ETF. So that's the S&P UK Dividend Aristocrats. And I did quite like this one because I think you guys already know that I like the idea of dividends. So if you don't know what dividends are, basically some companies will actually give some money from their profits back to their shareholders. So essentially if you hold shares in that company, then you could get some of that money. But at the moment it's actually up by about 0.31%, so about 33 pence. And you can see that I currently have about 11 units, so about £106. This was down about 5% last week and it was literally just red. So I decided I was actually going to take the opportunity to invest more in that. So I think I bought about 2 or 3 more units. Now it's really interesting with UK companies because since the stock market crashed in March, the UK hasn't necessarily recovered as fast as the US. So if I actually show you on this graph and I look at what's happened over the past year, it's currently down about 17%, almost 18%. So I don't know whether maybe some people have lost hope in the UK economy, especially because we've got Brexit around the corner. I'm not sure. Personally, I do think that the UK will recover, maybe not in the next year, but hopefully in the next few years. So I've decided that I am going to still invest. Again, for me, investing is very much a long-term strategy. So I plan on holding these ETFs for a very long time. But you'll see from my portfolio, I'm not completely focused just on the UK either. But I did think it was quite interesting to see. And then the next one was another free share that I got. So this is where someone used my link and I ended up getting Uber. So when I got this free share, I actually didn't mind too much. Although this time last week, I think I was down about 10%, but now it's actually shot up to about 22%. So yeah, really, really interesting. But then we move on to my 2 Vanguard ETFs. So I have 1 ETF in the FTSE 100. So I've got about 3 units with that. That is up about 2.96%. So I am definitely happy with that. Again, if you do compare it to last year, it is still down about 20%. Again, I've just seen it as an opportunity. I do think it will recover in time. So that's why I've decided to invest in it. And then the last one, which is actually the majority of my portfolio, is the Vanguard FTSE All World ETF. And you can see that I've currently got about 4 units in that. So it's about 2.69% up. So these ones are relatively more expensive, especially if you compare it to the FTSE 100, for example. So with the FTSE 100, it's currently about £25 per unit compared to the Vanguard FTSE All World, that's about £69. So it's a bit more expensive, but this one is basically global. So it does include some UK companies, but it also includes a lot of US companies and also Asia and Europe companies as well. And that's why it's the majority of my portfolio, because I think it's just just quite diversified, and I like the idea of it being global, so it's not just in one particular country. But yeah, these are basically my shares. The only one, of course, I'm not too happy with is Shell, but the rest of them I am definitely happy with. I think I'm happy with my options. Again, I'm just still not sure whether I want to invest in another ETF. I'm not sure yet, still deciding. I was thinking about the S&P 500. There is an ETF for that, so top 500 companies in the US. The only reason why I haven't done that is just because with the Vanguard ETF I have, I think about 50% of it already has US companies, so I think there's quite a big overlap. So that's why I decided I was just going to stick with this Vanguard one. But let me show you down here, because on the Trading 212 app you can see my allocation, so what my portfolio kind of looks like at the moment. So you can see that just over 50% is with the Vanguard All World. So yeah, it's the majority of my portfolio. That is actually going to be my strategy going forward, so I think I will keep it as maybe around 50%. So that's going to be my sort of main ETFs, and then I'll have some smaller ETFs as well. So the S&P UK dividend, it's about 20%, FTSE 100 is about 14%. The one that I will probably increase though is the iShares S&P 500. I think what I'll try and do is kind of balance it out with the FTSE 100 and the UK dividend, but the majority of my portfolio will be in this Vanguard All World ETF. But yeah, I do hope you guys liked my portfolio update. I'm hoping to be doing this either quarterly or monthly, so again, let me know in the comments what you would prefer. I really enjoyed it, so hope you did too. I feel like I've been standing for way too long, so I'm gonna finish that there. If there's anything you guys would like to know about how I do anything, just let me know in the comments below, and of course I will try and do videos on what you guys want. But of course, if you did like this video, then please do give me a thumbs up, as it does really help to support the channel. Once again, I do post every Tuesday and Friday, so if you are interested, then be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Friday.